Hello and welcome to Reroll. My name is Angus Morrison, here today with a review of The Wolf Among Us Episode 1. And The Wolf Among Us has been a fairly low-key release. I mean, considering this is developed by Telltale, the same guys who brought us the Walking Dead series, I was expecting far more hype. The Walking Dead received a stupid number of awards, over 90 Game of the Year prizes alone, so it'll be very interesting to see whether the new series can recreate that success. And already you can see the similarities. Like its zombie cousin, The Wolf Among Us draws from comic books, this time the Fables series by Bill Willingham, and the engine mechanics and cel-shaded style are patently unchanged from Telltale's last outing. But new material has allowed Telltale to spin a very different story, and you step into the role of Bigby Wolf, sheriff of Fabletown and part-time canine kill machine. Fabletown is a New York district where exiled fables drawn from all manner of sources mingle unseen with humans. And if that sounds altogether too light for your manly sensibilities, well, the first episode, Faith, is only about 2 hours long, so I don't want to give away plot points, but you can be sure that trouble is afoot. And dark trouble at that. Telltale know a thing or two about disturbing drama, but it had to be said that a real advantage of this fairy tale setting is the opportunity for comic relief to break up the relentlessly grim style of its forebear. Telltale's team touts tremendously talented writers, and they've really been given the opportunity to play around. Jumping from straight-laced CSI to banter with a flying monkey keeps things fresh and shows the source material at its best. It's a change reflected in the palette. Though the cel shading is Walking Dead through and through, the artists have gone to town with the lighting. Fabletown looks like a toddler unleashed upon a craft store, and your nighttime excursions are flooded with colour. Art and story work tirelessly to reinforce each other. Fabletown's notable residents are excellent works of caricature, and small details like the illustrations in one scene's books of lore make a great showcase for the artist's talents. Because really, that's what The Wolf Among Us is. Telltale established their style and credentials as storytellers with The Walking Dead, and now they're really going to show us what they can do. The structure is already in place. Mechanically, The Wolf Among Us is identical to The Walking Dead. The methodical search of each setting for items of interest, punctuated by button prompt action, will be instantly familiar to players of the first series. But it's interesting to see how versatile that system is. It very much seems to be a case of, if it ain't broke. The decision-making, clue-finding, button-mashing framework has proved immediately applicable to a new story without feeling stale, leaving Telltale to get on with building their world. I've always been surprised by how well the QTEs work for Telltale, considering that normally I reserve for them a very special hatred, but these games have been built from the ground up with this system in mind, and it turns out that when it's not a time-wasting throwaway that results in failure at first slip, prompted button mashing is positively compelling. That said, it is frustrating that some of the underlying flaws from the first series haven't been addressed. Most notably, some of the dialogue summaries you're offered do not accurately reflect the words which your character goes on to spout, and picking what you think is a neutral option to have Bigby go full asshole can be somewhat distressing. But while players who tired of The Walking Dead may find themselves jonesing for a mechanical shake-up, there's no denying that Telltale have spun the first part of a deeply affecting story. It's only after finishing the first installment that you realise how the writers have toyed with you to elicit your darker emotions, and that they've done this while injecting levity throughout is testament both to their skill and the rich source material itself. Faith is part 1 of a 5-part series, and when the next episode breaks, I'll be on it like a wolf on a grandmother. For the past couple of weeks, YouTube has been even worse than usual at actually pushing videos to subscribers, so if you feel inclined to share this video, you'd be doing me a big favour. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.